Welcome to the Powerful Comicsman podcast. This is Jerald Dorado, and we are continuing our 40 Life Wisdom at 40 series. We are now at number 29. But before we continue, let me just tell you about our little shop of wonderful vegan treats, Miucha Lux Cakes. Check us out at hello.miucha on Instagram and Facebook. We have the best vegan cakes, vegan cookies, donuts, and lots of other mind-blowing surprises. Check us out at hello.miucha on Instagram and Facebook. That's at HELLO.MIUCCIA. Woo! Yeah, and we also have a website for you to follow everything that is all of the episodes in the series. You can find it all in www.comicsman.com/40lifewisdom at 40. That's comicsman with a K. K's, not C's. Okay? Um and okay, let's get on with today's episode. At number 29, never do ugly work. Okay, so I actually always say this uh, to I've said this to a lot of people already, and in explaining what kind of mentality do I carry when taking on projects. Okay, I think I've mentioned this several times or many times already in the podcast with the guests, and I always say I don't do ugly work, diba? I don't do ugly drawings, and what that means, I by when I say that, I do not mean that I am not capable of of messing up my drawings. Okay, I'm not saying that I don't struggle. That everything that I draw are masterpieces. Okay, sometimes I would struggle. Sometimes I would a hard time drawing, even thinking of what to do, what to draw. Sometimes I would mess up my anatomy. Sometimes I would mess up different things. I would mess up the composition, the structures of the drawings, and basically I screw up with with the drawing. But whenever I do that, whenever I experience that, I will never submit an ugly drawing to a client. That's what I mean. Um, if you think that what you're drawing is not satisfactory, does not pass your personal standards, and if you saw that drawing, another drawing by another artist at the same level, then and you think that's ugly, then you'll have to admit that it's an ugly piece, and that you would have, if you want to pass that, if you want to publish it or post it in your account, social media, then you would have to do your best. You should commit to quality. The final product should be the best that you could possibly produce. If you are submitting an ugly drawing in your standards, then that means you are half-assing the project. That means you're not giving it all. That means you're either cheating your client, or more importantly, you're cheating yourself. And these cheats you're the only one who's gonna suffer for it, not your client. Because sometimes you have clients who are just happy to get the project done. But if it's gonna be you, that's gonna affect your mentality. If you let yourself get away with with mediocrity, it it is very easy for you to settle for it, to be mediocre all the time. And if you're gonna allow yourself to be involved in a project, uh yeah, of course you're gonna have standards, and your standard will depend on on what you deem to be amazing, to be perfect, uh, to be to be respectable at the very least. Maybe not perfect, okay, but you would have a standard that you would uh this is the line where beautiful or satisfactory result begins. That is the line, and the where the unsatisfactory and satisfactory is divided clearly. So you will have to always go beyond that line into being satisfactory, better, and the best. And you should always, in my opinion, you should always give your best. Okay, it's better if you exceed the expectation or go below, or then go below it. That's what I believe. It's this mentality for success. Um, Elon Musk, the most successful people in in history, they had they had grand ambitions. Most likely, let's use Elon Musk. His his ambitions, as much as how impressive his current achievements already are, if you're gonna compare his achievements to what he really want to do in his lifetime, it's probably it's probably just the half of it, more or less. I'm sure he would dream of way better things, or way more difficult things, than what what we're seeing right now. And that is how you excel above everybody else. And you can apply this not just to art, of course. You can do this with your with whatever work you're doing, with whatever project you have started. Your Even your relationships, because relationships are projects, right? That relationship with your family, your parents, your friends, these are things that require work. And if you half-ass the work, that uh, you're gonna that you will give for a relationship, then you will not get the best results. Because most of the time, unless you're really lucky, if everything else depends on you, then the the success of anything that you are involved with will depend on how much effort you're gonna put on that project. So if you're gonna have a low standard, if your mentality is to just get by, just just in Filipino, sa Tagalog yung pwede na yan, di ba? If your mentality is to get away with uh, with easy work, let's say you're in the company, right? And you want to be promoted, but you always want to cheat your way into just doing the easy tasks. Well, of course, there are complexities. There would be credit grabbers in the office, but those are that's a different story. You would still need to, on a personal basis, those credit grabbers will not go far anyway. For the most part, there would be some who would be good at it, but that means they've mastered that skill as well. Not everyone is gonna be good at credit grabbing. Even that, you can apply this. You can be good at bad things too. You can be a good thief, and there are successful bad people. But we don't want that. Okay? We want you to go to do things um, fairly, and if you want to, because it's more challenging. I am to me, it's so easy to be. It's so much easier to steal. My dog. It's so much easier to sell out. It's so much easier to take the to go with the flow and take the perceived shortcuts, di ba? If you want to, of course, it will depend on how society will reward things, but it's what I'm saying is, if you want real challenge, then being doing things the right way is a lot more challenging. And the challenges, if there's anything good about it, it develops your character. It helps you define who you are, or identify the things that work for you, to know who you really are, what you are capable of. My light just went down. Okay, so that's what I meant whenever I say I don't do ugly work, because I make sure that if the effort I've exerted is not good enough yet, then it's not worthy of being released, being published, being shown to the client. And I value what my clients would look um how my clients will look at me, and how I look at myself. I don't want to be somebody who just half-asses things, because the thing is, you can't fool anyone. You know that you have half-assed um, a project if that's what you did. You can't fool anybody, because so it will take a good amount of honesty and self-awareness also, again, and humility, to admit that, hey, what I'm doing, if we're gonna talk about art again, is that, let's say, oh, the my anatomy is really not correct. My the structures of my human head does not look realistic, di ba? The the composition, the gestures look stiff or look unrealistic, and sometimes these things, especially if you're proud and proud of the effort you've done, or maybe nobody else tells you that it's not that what you're doing is not really correct. You should also be mindful if you about your condition. If you have these people who can tell you what, who are knowledgeable about the topic, it's important to seek their advice, get mentorship, because there are people who would be willing to mentor you. Uh, but to believe that you cannot do anything wrong and you will get everything correct in the first play in the first try, then that's not how it works. You get mastery in repeated attempts doing a skill. If you're not doing things enough, chances are the 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 person who does it more would have better grasp of the knowledge and better mastery of whatever it is that you're trying to do. And I would I would really I would really recommend that you put a high standard, raise the bar to the best to the best standard that you can that you would know of, because the you know what they say, if you reach out to the stars, if you can't reach them, then you'll end up in the moon, right? So the moon's not bad. Diba? So enable for you to reach the the farthest that you could probably reach is to try reaching as far as you possibly can. And this will also play into the idea of your worthiness, diba? We have talked about being worthy in in the previous episodes. Don't think that you are will not be able to reach the level of the masters in whatever field you you want to be involved with, the fields that you want to dedicate your life, whether it's art, whether it's uh, whether it's drawing, music, um, I don't know, teaching, any profession, medicine, politician, if that's your thing, dancing, sports. Don't think that greatness is an impossibility for you, because well, not everybody is gonna be a champion. That is just how it is. But everybody can try. Everybody is everyone who has enough belief and enough fortitude and enough training and would exert enough effort to be on a championship, it deserves to be there, and that person could be you, diba? You just have to do the work so that you would have a claim I can't I can't be I can't be a slob, and I can't not train any martial arts and try to compete in the UFC for a championship. It's not gonna happen, diba? But I can make if if I wanted to when I was younger, then if I probably if I put my put my mind enough and get enough opportunities, kasi you can make opportunities happen for yourself, diba? Whatever it is that you need to do, diba, yung sinasabi nga what they do, if you want if you want it, you would have a way to get it. If you don't want it, you you would have every excuse in the book. So I think the first step is to identify what it is you want to begin with, diba? Because maybe you're exerting too much effort in something that you're not really you're not really fond of, you're not really passionate about. You're just forced into it, diba? But that's another story. I've already talked about it in previous episodes. But right now, I want you to commit to quality and give everything that you have, and and again in the past episodes, reject excuses. Know that you can, and that it will it will be hard, but it will be worth it, and you could be the main guy or girl to do it. um just have that have that have that uh, develop that trait, develop that mindset that you will not accept mediocrity in the things that you do if you want to be exceptional, because I know you want to be exceptional. Nobody nobody wants to be, nobody dreams in their wildest dreams, nobody dreams about being Robin. Everybody wants to be Batman. You know it's true, right? And if you can have anything, you're not gonna wish to be Robin. You would want to be Batman. You want to be the main guy. So be that main guy. Because you know what? The thing is, um, there could be there could be a lot of Batmans in the world. Being Batman is not exclusive. There could be there's a Batman for basketball. There's a Batman for comics. There's a Batman for theater arts, and sometimes there are, and and well, not just sometimes. There really are several Batmans in any field, diba? Hindi lang naman hindi lang naman, kumbaga, being the main guy is not as uncommon as you think. You have your chances of becoming the go-to person, the one that is most reliable, your chances of being that person is quite high, and it's very reachable. So so again, you are worthy for that position. You can you can be him or her, but it would have to start with a mindset for quality, with a mindset for giving it all, and and not undermining the project, the effort, the skill, and basically not doing ugly work. Okay, so again, never do ugly work. Powerful Comics Man podcast.